hopefully. Yeah. Hey.
It's a little different.
Good morning, everyone.
Right.
This is the March 16, 2025 Schools Commission meeting. First item on the agenda is adoption of the agenda, and you'll notice there is an agenda addendum under Waverly Potomac Miller Academy. We should have a handout to add to that. Do I have a motion to approve or disapprove?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor of the motion to adopt the agenda with this addendum, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. So we're ready.
Roll call, Commissioner Beverly. Here. Commissioner Doggett.
Present.
Commissioner Green.
Here.
Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Here.
Commissioner Lane.
Here.
Commissioner Parton.
Here.
Commissioner Russell. Commissioner Spangler.
Here.
Commissioner Wilbur.
Here.
Commissioner Wright.
Here.
Vice Chair Carter.
Here.
Chairman Faulkner.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Disclaimer, please.
All post commissioners have previously agreed to recuse themselves from any vote that would constitute a conflict of interest. The most obvious of these would include issues that involve their own departments or some that they know personally. Because they've already agreed to do this, it should be noted that on routine matters, it will be assumed non-verbally that these commissioners have abstained from that vote. In bigger, more controversial issues that may have a more overt conflict of interest, that may have an appearance of impropriety, those applicable commissioners will still verbally abstain from those votes.
Thank you. I hope members of the commission have had an opportunity to look over the minutes from the April 17, 2025 commission meeting.
Part of the motion to approve. Commissioner Wright, second.
Motion in a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Report to the certification subcommittee. Mr. Bennett.
Report of the decertification subcommittee. We have two different meetings that we have to address for the purpose of this agenda item. The first is April 17th, 2025 of the informal subcommittee. So I'll read the results or the recommendations from the informal committee. Coffee County Sheriff's Office, Eric Bradley Clem continued to the following meeting. Grundy County Sheriff's Office, Justin Dale Evans. I don't see anything on him on this.
He signed an agreed order.
Agreed order, okay. Henry Police Department, William Timothy Reeves continued to the May agenda. The Johnson City Police Department, Callie Elizabeth Young continued to the May post agenda. Lebanon Police Department, Brian Christopher Gilly, decertification. Lewis County Sheriff's Office, Brandon Keith Grady, default order of decertification. Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, Brian Allen Hancock, no action. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Brian Corey Melton, no action. Moving on to yesterday's meeting on May 15th, Blount County Sheriff's Office, Anthony Musto, no action. Hendersonville Police Department, Willis Manley, decertification. Hendersonville Police Department, Stephen Wilson, decertification by default. Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Roy D. Shepherd. Recommendation was to move that to a formal hearing. Lebanon Police Department, James P. Benton, decertification by default. Philip Kemper of the Medina Police Department, the recommendation of the informal subcommittee was to grant a waiver of the in-service rule. Bill Randolph, Monterey Police Department, agreed order. Let's see, Paris Police Department, Brian M. Ray, decertification by default. Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Sheldon Smith, reset to July pending an agreed order of suspension. Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Michael P. Isgari, decertification by default. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Clint Cooper, reset to July pending an agreed order of suspension to be signed in that situation. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Mackenzie Cross, decertification by default. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Ronald Davis, reset to July. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Chad Garland, reset to July. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Kurt Parsley, no action. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Justin Ruth, no action. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Dylan Sandlin, no action. Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, Carl Seagroves, no action.
Commissioner Green, motion to approve the request. Recommendations.
You have a question?
Oh, sorry.
Commissioner Lane, I just want to let the record reflect, I want to recuse myself from the two involved with Shelby County Sheriff's Office.
We have a motion to accept the report. We have a second. Have a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Administrative waivers.
Administrative waivers. Sure I'm on the right page. Harris Police Department requests a military discharge waiver for Jerry Don McCurdy Jr., hired April 14th, 2025. In December of 2008, Mr. McCurdy was discharged from the U.S. Army with a general under honorable condition of discharge for misconduct, serious offense.
Can you please identify yourself?
Good morning. I'm Assistant Chief Ian Reed with the Paris Police Department.
And with you,
I'm Jerry Don McCurdy Jr. with the Paris Police Department.
tell us what we need to know about this.
Mr. McCurdy was in the Army. In 2008, he returned from combat deployment overseas. There was a misunderstanding with some of the people that were in the rear unit that were not deployed when he returned. He stayed at home. When the unit returned stateside, they brought him back in, and instead of charging with any AWOL, they gave him a general discharge under honorable conditions. We find no non-judicial punishment other than that. We find no record of court martial or any other negative consequences other than the downgrade of his discharge from an honorable to a general under honorable condition.
Any questions? We have a motion.
Questions, are you going any kind of any mental evaluations or are currently under any psychiatric care?
No, sir.
Are you fully recovered from your injuries?
Yes, sir.
This code that you're under, in your DD 214, this JKQ, on the 214 form, that code indicates misconduct of a serious offense. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. When I got back from my deployment, I went to another unit, and when I got to the receiving unit, during my in processing, me and an NCO, the NCO who was handling my in processing asked me if there was anything that he needed to be aware of. I said, yes, sir. I have to follow up with a neurologist from where I had been blown up overseas. And then he proceeded to call me some names. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to swear or not. but to give the exact verbiage, but there was some, he alluded to that I was a crap bag, and I ended up going home after that and then returning on my own. And this is the result of that.
So the serious offense was that he called you a name?
No, ma'am, the offense was me going home without authorization.
You didn't come to blows.
No, ma'am. It was just a disagreement. We got into an argument and I felt like I didn't have the support of my new unit, so I went home. But when the full unit returned back, my platoon leader ended up calling me, asking me if I was gonna come back. And I said, yes, sir, as long as I don't have to deal with that guy. Come find out, this wasn't his only encounter with other soldiers. That's why he was on the rear detachment. And they settled that when we got there.
This is Commissioner Green. How long were you AWOL?
Somewhere in the 50-day mark,
And how old were you when this happened?
22, I believe, maybe.
Further questions?
And what kind of work have you been doing? What professions?
I've been in firefighter EMT for the last 11 years.
So you've been in some stressful situations.
Yes, sir.
You not having any kind of PTSD or any
No,
things
sir.
of that nature.
No, sir.
Going into law enforcement, we worry about people that have been in combat zones that may have some issues going into the civilian zones. You understand where I'm coming from with that?
I do, sir.
Questions?
Part to make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Wright said.
A motion to approve and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Rutherford County Sheriff's Office requests a military discharge waiver for William Alexander Rodriguez, hired April 28, 2025. In November of 2008, Mr. Rodriguez was discharged from the U.S. Army with general under honorable conditions, discharged for misconduct, serious offense.
Please identify yourself.
Good morning, my name is Sergeant Sean Benson. I'm with Rutherford County Sheriff's Office in the training range. I have with me Willie Rodriguez.
Can someone tell us more about this?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Bottom line up front, Mr. William Rodriguez was given a general discharge under honorable conditions on his first enlistment. He overcame that shortly thereafter. In fast forwarding, he graduated Toledo, was given a post certification last year, has been working with Laverne Police Department, and then has now come over to Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. Well, we did not know of the issue with this waiver requirement until we were processing this packet to move forward in our hiring. He's been with us about 4 weeks and has done great and superb. But leading up to the general discharge, Mr. Rodriguez enlisted in November of 2006. He completed the 19 Delta Cav Scout training as well as airborne school. He was assigned to the 1st of 509 Parachute Infantry Op 4 unit at Fort Polk, Louisiana. During his time there, he had an opportunity to do a jump with the Foreign Service with the Australian Infantry Airborne Unit. In the infantry, this is a big deal. And so he had the opportunity to do it, did it. On the jump, he got injured. The injury he sustained was due to his back. He had some bulging discs, some vertebrae that got misaligned and out of place and had issues with those. He tore a meniscus and he also suffered TBI. When that occurred, he was placed on a profile, meaning no jump status, no run, no jump, and no airborne activity. His chain of command switched out while he was going through the process of a medical discharge. When the chain of command came in, they were like a lot of commands do, trying to take charge of all the individual issues that are out there. One of being profiles. And a normal profile usually lasts for about 6 to 8 weeks, but a discharge generally takes anywhere between 16 and 20 weeks to complete from the time it started. Well, during this time, they were trying to manifest all the individuals that they could on a jump. And being in an airborne unit, if you're told to be manifested, you get manifested. He went down to the jump line, told the folks down there at the jump master, said, hey, I'm on a profile for no jumping. I'm going under medical discharge paperwork right now. They sold him to go see legal and they sent him away from the jump line. When the chain of command realized that he was a jump refusal because he walked away from the jump line, they processed him for serious misconduct and failure to jump. That's an order in an airborne unit. You have to do it if you're manifested. He walked away. They went ahead and processed him out on a chapter under serious misconduct for failure to follow orders, which was failure to jump refusal. He received that and left the service in November of 2008. In 2010, he enlisted in the Tennessee National Guard. If you look at his 214, you'll see he has a eligibility re-enlistment code on there that allows him with the waiver to enlist into a service. He got the waiver, enlisted. He was going to do a green to gold program through the Tennessee National Guard. However, the moment he enlisted and the moment he reported, that same week, he came down on orders to go to Iraq as a replacement on a short tour. So before anything else on his contract that he signed, he got deployed. He went to Iraq, served honorably, came back from Iraq in November of 2010 and asked for a discharge from the service because of the fact that what he had asked for and signed up for was not what he was doing at this point, and he wanted to go ahead and leave. They honored that. They gave him a discharge, honorable. He left the service. About 4 or 5 years later, he found out VA has benefits for those that sustain injuries on active duty. He applied, submitted all his packet, was awarded 100% disability through the VA for injuries sustained under active duty. In 2023, Mr. Rodriguez applied to the Laverne Police Department and was hired on to be a law enforcement officer. In 2024, in August, he was awarded graduation certificate from Toledo, post certification, and has been a law enforcement officer with Laverne up until the 28th day of April when he came to work for us. And so we're here now seeking the approval of a waiver to allow Mr. Rodriguez to continue his law enforcement career.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Is that right, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just here. I can answer any questions or any concerns or doubts that anybody might have.
Questions?
Quick, of course, the question is, what was your DD 214 when you went to work for Laverne?
The last one is an honorable discharge, sir.
The last one.
Yes, sir.
So where did he get changed? I missed that.
I think he had it, he just didn't get called.
He had two. He's got one from his time on active service,
And then another
and then another one when he was with Tennessee National Guard.
Okay. Which one's got the foul up on it? Active service?
The active service first one. Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, I would have to recuse myself on this.
All right, thank you. Duly noted.
Madam Chair, I'm the same.
Okay. Be sure the call. Did you get it, ma'am? Yes. Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I guess it's just apparently there was some confusion. How he got on Laverne, all this just did not get called. Is that kind of?
I think my question would be, did he provide both DD 214s to Laverne or just the one that qualified him to be in law enforcement?
Great question.
We should have that on file here. Which one?
Got the one that he submitted to Laverne. August of 2000, that's the. From the Army, National Guard.
Did you submit your active duty DD 214?
Yes, sir. The training started, I was starting New Bank. And I submitted both. I even probably still have the text message where I relayed to him, hey, I believe I need to get a waiver, because of this.
Make sure to see Mr. Grieve on the way out.
Yes, sir.
It's not you we're worried about.
Commissioner Swain, I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And do see, investigate, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
We're going to the loose leaf page now. Waiver to attend another academy. Metropolitan Nashville Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Taylor Lee Robertson, hired May 1, 2025. March 2022, Mr. Robertson attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to a voluntary withdrawal. The agency is requesting the waiver so Mr. Robertson can continue in their academy.
Good morning, James Rummage on behalf of the Metro Nashville Police Department, Taylor Robinson.
Gotcha. All right, anything else we need to know about this?
No, ma'am. We knew he worked for the Gallatin Police Department at the time. We went through our background investigation process. I believe he accurately answered the question according to how he interpreted it. Had he been to another law enforcement training academy, he'd actually gone to the orientation the week before the academy actually started day one. So when he answered that question, no, we did not seek a waiver at that time, only learning when his paperwork got submitted that counted towards hours during Toledo. He withdrew. He was employed by Gallatin and was going through their in-house training before Toledo. He withdrew for personal family reasons. And we conducted a full background investigation. It's actually started at Academy.
Further questions by commissioners? Their motion?
Commissioner Jeffers, I'll make a motion.
Beverly, second.
All in favor of the motion to.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you all.
Coopertown Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Teresa Judith Camp, hired May 5th, 2025. In January of 2025, Ms. Camp attended the Walter State Regional Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to dismissal for violation of their social media policy. The agency is requesting the waiver so Ms. Camp may attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy July 2025.
Please identify yourself.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Justin Parker, GDI for the Coopertown Police Department.
This camp's not with you.
She's sick today, but she's on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what was the violation of social media?
So she was hired by Clarksville Police Department and sent to Walter State Academy. She started there, I believe, in January. I got about 5 weeks in, and they have a zero tolerance policy on social media. I believe it was just related to posting a picture to social media when they had a night out and they were wearing their uniforms, and that violated their policy. The academy dismissed her for that reason, and because she was dismissed from the academy, Clarksville had to let her go. And to my understanding, that was the only reason. They didn't have any other disciplinary issues with it.
Ms. Camp, can you respond to that? Can you tell us anything else?
No, ma'am. That was basically what happened is I posted on social media when we were out during lunch break, dinner break. It was a group picture of us. And I violated the policy just by making that post. And I completely take full responsibility for that. I'm very aware of my actions. Now I would like to seek a waiver to attend Toledo, which is where Coopertown would like to send me.
Okay, I hope the lesson learned, the takeaway from that is that rules are rules.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
So just a little further background. I had a conversation with the chief. I guess now it's probably 3 or 4 weeks ago when he was discussing whether or not this particular candidate would be allowed to attend Toledo. If we would accept her into Toledo. You know, because of the violation at Walter State. And we actually discussed, we have a similar social media policy at the academy, and he is aware, and he said he would make her aware. So we're comfortable with her attending, absolutely.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Commissioner Lane, second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, thank you.
Thank you. Walter State Regional Law Enforcement Training Academy requests a waiver to change academies for Joseph Gonzalez. In October of 2023, Mr. Gonzalez attended the Knox County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to voluntarily withdrawing. Walter State is requesting a waiver so Mr. Gonzalez may attend their academy in July of 2025.
I think Walter State's online behind me. Are you there? So please identify yourself.
Yes, this is Director Travis Stansel of Walter State, and Mr. Gonzalez is online as well.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Commission Board. Thank you for having me.
All right. Is there anything else you want to relay to us about this? Are you there, Walter State?
Yes, we're here. Mr. Gonzalez, is there anything you want to add to this?
No, sir, just the voluntary withdrawal. I just moved to Tennessee from California. I was 6 months in, working for the Tazewell Police Department. To be honest, I was just homesick, and I wasn't there mentally, and I wasn't prepared mentally or as physically as I thought. But this go around Walter State, Tennessee is my home now. It feels more at home. I'm comfortable there. I've established myself with the community. I'm the head soccer coach. I substitute teach, and I work at the local gun shop. So it's becoming more home. I've lost about 29 pounds since I was there at Knox County. So I feel more confident physically and mentally prepared to go to Walter State if the commission would allow it.
Any further questions?
Commissioner Wright.
And second,
Jackson, sir.
all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Administrative waivers.
Administrative waivers. Waivers of in-service. Claiborne County Sheriff's Office requests waiver of in-service for the second consecutive year for Will Jared Collins. Hired July 30th, 2021. Mr. Collins completed 45 hours of in-service, but is deficient the required firearms training for the 2024 calendar year. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with those guidelines.
I believe Cleveland County Sheriff's Office is online on the screen. Can you please identify yourself?
Yes, I'm Jake Williams. I'm the GDI for Cleveland County Sheriff's Office.
Right. I believe there's 3 different cases here. On the first one, what can you tell us about the lack of in-service hours?
I believe they're all 3 going to be related. What the hangup is that particular shift went and shot with Lieutenant Brindle, who's no longer with our department, and no training records like their qualification scores or anything like that was left. We've not been able to find anything that would back up what their scores were when they shot. So we would ask that they have a waiver so that they would stay in compliance.
Have they all qualified since then on the gun range?
We've not yet. We have a lesson plan ready to go this year, but we have not shot yet, but we will get that done.
Is that asked the staff, did you get their lesson plan on that range?
I don't know if they've submitted one yet, but to kind of just jog the commissioner's memories, our post investigator presented a report of findings that the previous TDI from Claiborne County had falsified some firearms records. So that's what he's alluding to, is that the previous TDI took them out, just never recorded anything. They probably did go shoot, but because we can't confirm, there's no documentation, we could not move forward with paying them salary supplements. It's an unfortunate situation, and no fault of the deputies.
This is Commissioner Green. I've got a question. Every one of these has multiple years of missing, getting all their in-service done. Are they going to get it done this year, or are we going to see them again next year?
No, sir. We're going to get that done. That's my goal, and I don't want to have appear before you all anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
So the deadline's now I mean, to get completely caught up for everything. So it'd be what, December 31st?
Yes, they would have to do their, I mean, you can't go back and redo in-service that you missed from the previous year, so they would have up until December 31st. I would say probably if you don't have qualifications on an officer, I would probably just take them out, have them walk you through the qualifying round, just to make sure that they have a qualification for liability purposes, but you want to take all three of these together.
I was gonna ask you that, if it's doable to bundle. Then I have a problem with that.
Commissioner Green make a motion to approve all three waivers.
You have a second.
Carter, second.
Motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And the motion carries. All right, the motion carried. Did you hear us?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Thank you.
All right, don't come back here next year, okay?
I plan on it.
Get out there on that gun range and let them.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Millersville, there's several of those too.
Millersville Police Department requests a waiver of in-service for Todd Brandon Doris, hired March 25th, 2024. Ms. Doris completed 31 hours of the required training for the 2024 calendar year and is deficient 9 hours. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines.
Is Millersville, are you present or online or? I see there's 3 different ones, 8 hours, 20 hours, and 9 hours. Pass till next meeting.
Motion to defer until they appear in July.
Do I have a motion to defer? Is there a second?
Oh, here, I'm sorry. Informal is not in June. Motion to defer until June.
Motion to defer until June and they can appear. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then I'll wait for the 6 months rule.
Waivers of the 6-month rule. Dixon Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Carolyn Barrow, hired August 1, 2024, and January 2025. Ms. Barrow attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy but did not complete due to academic failure. Ms. Barrow is scheduled to re-attend Toledo in September 2025.
Anyone here from the Houston Police Department? Are you online?
Martin, motion to approve.
And second,
Commissioner Green, second.
all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right. Motion carries.
Gallatin Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Carmen Elena Vera, hired February 5, 2025. Ms. Vera is unable to begin training due to an injury. Ms. Vera is currently on light duty and will attend training once medically cleared.
Martin, motion to approve.
Lane, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Lookout Mountain Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Riley Martin Amarillo, hired November 20th, 2024. He was unable to begin training due to class availability. He's scheduled to attend Toledo in July of 25.
Martin, motion to approve.
Second,
Lane,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I have another one.
Lookout Mountain Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Corey Justin Chase, hired December 12, 2024. Mr. Chase was unable to begin training due to class availability. He is scheduled to attend Toledo in July 2025.
Martin, motion to approve.
Second,
Carter, second.
all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ready for Overton County ×3.
Overton County ×3. Request a 6-month waiver for Jacob Gage Adams, hired June 20th, 2024. In January of 2025, Mr. Adams began training at the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, graduated on March 28, 2025. The agency is requesting the waiver due to the start date of the academy class.
Martin, motion to approve.
Second,
Jefferson.
all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Overton County Sheriff's Office requests a 6-month waiver for Chasten Martin Bell, hired September 9th, 2024. In March of 2025, Mr. Bell attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but was unable to complete training due to an academic failure. Mr. Bell is scheduled to re-attend Toledo in the next available class.
Martin, motion to approve.
Second. We need a second.
Carter, second.
Are you out there, guys? All right, all in favor of the motion?
I apologize, who's second?
Langland.
All right, so the motion to approve in a second, all in favor? Say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
Over to County Sheriff's Office. Request a 6-month waiver for Hunter Lynn Kirkowski, hired January 9th, 2025. He was unable to begin training due to class availability. He is scheduled to attend Toledo in July of 2025.
And then Martin renews his motion again.
Langler second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Ready to consent agenda items.
We are.
Has everyone had opportunity to look over the consent agenda?
Langland motion to approve. Beverly second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Right, the consent agenda items.
Old business. Bledsoe County Sheriff's Office. At the April meeting, the agency presented an in-service waiver request for the second consecutive year for David Allen Kite. Mr. Kite did not complete the required training for the 2024 calendar year and is deficient 11 hours. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officer to remain in compliance with post guidelines. Commission requested the agency appear to provide additional information.
Is there someone here from the Bledsoe County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on Zoom.
Oh, okay, there you are. Please identify yourself.
I'm Chris Holland, Chief Deputy, Bledsoe County Sheriff's Department.
All right, thank you. All right, so what do you need to tell us about this situation, please?
Well, basically what happened was we switched, we've been doing V Academy and I put all the required courses on there and just to let them pick from the required courses they need, which added up to a total of 21 hours. And he thought when he got done with that, he was done with all of it. For some reason, I really don't, just a mistake. He did do our firearms also, so he got all of his required courses. He's just lacking 11 hours.
How long has he been with the Sheriff's Department?
Since November of 23, I'm sorry, 23.
He realizes it's 40 hours now, right?
Yes, ma'am, he does now, 100%.
Don't have any further questions?
Commissioner Wright, if he, tell me when he was hired again?
November of 24. 23, I'm sorry, I keep saying 24, 23.
I'm assuming the second consecutive year would have been due to the hire date, not been able to get in service in.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
You have your in-service agenda for this year, correct?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear you.
You have your schedule for all your deputies' in-service agenda for this year, so that they all know that they've got to complete to get their.
Yes, yes, ma'am, we have all that taken care of.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Jackson,
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries. If the motion carried, Bledsoe County,
Thank you.
thank you.
The Henry Police Department update, update on William Timothy Reeves, who was submitted for decertification based on a post-investigative report. During the April 2025 informal hearing, the recommendation was to defer this matter for 30 days for discussion at the May post-commission meeting.
I see someone from Henry County. Your face is dark. Who's there, please?
Chief Reeves, excuse me, Chief Reeves, Henry Police Department.
All right.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello?
Hey, Chief.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear the commissioners?
Yeah, barely. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So give us a little more information about this. Your
Okay,
response.
I did not have the packet turned in. I have since turned in the packet and it required information and it's been accepted by post.
Yes, after he appeared at the informal hearing last month, we were able to get with city and chief and our staff, Ms. Case Phillips, worked diligently with Chief Reeves to get everything in. And I could say that he is in the system and we have everything we need as of May 1st.
Commissioner Wright, did we snuff out if there was any deception on his part? At his last time he was here present?
There was nothing else brought to us by the city, the mayor or the clerk, regarding any kind of deception.
Other questions?
So is he still part-time and chief for an agency and a full-time chief at an agency?
That would be correct. It's my understanding that he's full-time with Henry and part-time with Hollow Rock, but I do understand that there's.
That is correct.
How's that working for you, chief?
Long hours, ma'am.
Are you answering calls also?
Ma'am?
Are you also answering calls for service?
Yes, ma'am.
We get them sorted out and paid them.
I'm sorry you broke up. We're right now experiencing a thunderstorm, so it's sort of broken up on the internet. I'm sorry.
That's okay, sir.
It's my understanding that he has put in a notice with the city of Henry, so this will all be resolved in a matter of weeks anyways.
Did you hear that, chief?
I did, and yes, I have. I put in a notice last night, in fact, and it will be resolved by the 29th of this month.
And where will you be officially the chief of police?
We'll just be with Hollow Rock.
Hollow Rock.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Green, I make a motion to
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, chief,
I didn't understand the motion, ma'am.
You live to fight another day.
You're all set, chief. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
all right, good luck to you. Rules package.
Rules package update, discussion and update on the new rules package and rulemaking process. I'll defer to our general counsel over the explaining the rulemaking process for our commissioners that have not been through it before. But all of you should have received a copy of the red line rules. And we're not voting on approving all of the rules today, but legal can explain exactly what the process is for those commissioners who have been through it before.
Actually, all council. So today, we're asking the commission to vote to give the department permission to start the rulemaking hearing process. And so what that means is that there will, if you give the department permission, there will be a notice of the rulemaking hearing filed with the Secretary of State's office, and at the date, at least 52 days after that, there will be a rulemaking hearing at which the commission will go line by line through these rules. And the commission meeting open to the public, and we will talk about each rule line by line, and we will approve each red line change, and we'll also discuss any comments that have been received on the rules. So that's what will be in the future. And so today we're just asking for a motion to approve starting the rulemaking process and also to give the department permission to start the rulemaking process.
So you need a motion.
Yes.
Motion,
Commissioner Jeffers.
motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor of the motion to start the rulemaking process, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do you need anything? Thank you. New business?
Agreed order of probation for Callie Elizabeth Young. Ms. Young was employed by the Johnson City Police Department from January 1, 2021 until she resigned in lieu of termination on January 31st, 2025. On or about April 29th, 2025, Ms. Young agreed to a 12-month probationary period with monthly updates.
Is there anyone here that's involved in the case?
Ashley Baldwin, her attorney emailed me and said he would not be available. If you want, there, it's up to the commission to decide whether or not to, approve the.
What's the pleasure of the commission?
In that conversation too, with her, basically her, memory serves me right, basically her certification goes hand in hand with her probation, the way that we was kind of discussed. I mean, if she should fail that probationary period, her certification will go.
Yes, 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 that's correct. On page 2, I don't know if y'all have a copy of it, but, if during this probationary period, which is 12 months, she's also on probation with her, sorry, I don't remember which sheriff's office she's with, but she's on probation within her 12-month period. And so if she has any probationary violations with that office, then her certifications.
This is Commissioner Wilbur. I will just let my other commissioner members know, we in the informal committee really struggled with this one because this officer accessed NCIC database 7 times, almost in like a stalking situation. She was very contrite, very apologetic, said it would never happen again. We really struggled with it, and this is the kind of compromise that we came up with rather than outright certifying. So I just wanted to give y'all that background.
Commissioner Wright, did you want to say something?
No, just, my mind's trying to recollect back in that informal.
Commissioner Green, I remember the discussion at the informal also. It was the NCIC stalking to see who her boyfriend was seeing. And running her car. And I remember the discussion, this was kind of where we kind of fell with that the agency decided if they wanted to retain her, and if she left, then her certification would end with it. So I'll make a motion to approve that.
As Commissioner Wilbur said, we did struggle with it, and if I remember correctly, I was a no vote on accepting this because I thought it needed a little bit more severe than this myself, but that was the vote at the time.
Yeah, and I think some of the discussion during the informal as well, she's been hired by Washington County. The letter, the sheriff wrote a letter in support of, the hire and having her on. And there hasn't been any discussion that I'm aware of from the DA to bring any charges as of yet. So it's kind of where we're at with that situation.
And Commissioner Wilbur, I will say again, the thing that swayed me was the letter from the sheriff. The sheriff had been her since she was a very young girl and was behind her 100%. So that was what swayed me.
And I will wind up saying on my behalf there that, what swayed me to wind up being supportive of this action, wind up being, one, the DA's office is not pursuing any kind of charges there for whatever reason. And the other part was that, according to her statement, didn't hear anything any different really from Johnson City, that, she reached out to her supervision for help, kind of in there and basically kind of blowed her off, so, which is a no. So, it's kind of one of those things that was kind of the sway there with my decision.
Is there a motion on this?
Commissioner Green, I made a motion to approve the recommendation.
Is there a second?
Commissioner Jefferson.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed,
No, be consistent.
no. Thank you. And the motion carries.
Bledsoe County Sheriff's Office, Ralph Danny Hall, hired September 29, 2024. Pre-employment paperwork was received by post on April 15th, 2025. With all documents satisfactory, no further actions required by the agency itself.
Make a motion to approve, Spangler.
A second,
Lane, second.
all in favor of the motion, aye. Any opposed, no. Submission and service training, Aragon Police Department.
The Post Commission to determine action for late submission of 2024 in-service training for the Irwin Police Department.
Yes, sir. Who's the?
I am Chief Reagan Tilson with the Irwin, Tennessee Police Department.
Anything else you'd like to add to the commissioners?
There was a lot there. Usually we do our in-service the first week of December. We had the flood September 27th, which was extremely devastating to the community. So knowing that I wasn't going to be able to get everything turned in, I didn't even have a computer. We lost vehicles, we lost canines, luckily no officers, although we had houses washed away that belonged to them. And during that time frame, I asked the county to use their in-service. So they came over. We did it the first week of December. Still dealing with FEMA and everything that goes with all of this. And Donnie Harville called me and said, listen, you've got some submissions to do. You need help. And I said, yes, it's been a godsend. So during this process, not having used another agency before for the in-service, when I submitted it for the post in-service, I had done it late, and I mean, that's the truth. As far as being my fault, it was. When I turned it in, it flagged as being late. He helped me with all the other paperwork and the proper rosters, because apparently the rosters I sent weren't the right ones. And I'm just trying to catch up.
How many officers do you have, sir?
17.
17. Any update staff?
It's just falling in line with our procedure of anything that's submitted past our deadline to bring before the commission, just to make them aware of any issues. And that way, it's being reported, the commission is aware, they can see repeat agencies, and can address issues as they see fit. So Irwin is not one of those agencies that we have a lot of issues with, but just because it was past the deadline, staying consistent with our procedures, it was placed on the agenda. So all we need is approval, and we'll get with Irwin to get that completed and get the salary something taken care of.
Commissioner Wright, just, I guess, kind of, I don't think I'd be waiting till December to get my in-service. I know that things happen, but you might want to move that up a little bit earlier in the year to allow in case they learn nothing. I don't make a motion to approve.
Not second.
Lane second.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry about everything that's happened, Gary.
Thank you. We appreciate the help. I can't say enough good about the help I've received from the commission and
We
investigators.
appreciate you and glad that there's some recovery going on.
Thank you.
We have our prayers.
We need that.
Settlement offer for Joshua Clyde McNeil. Commission to consider a settlement offer regarding the certification request for Mr. McNeil.
Actually, Paul, just to let the commission know, so this is one of the cases that is older than 5 years, so it's by ALJ alone for the commission vote to do that. It has been filed with the Secretary of State's office, the administrative law judge has been assigned, but it's before you today because it's a settlement offer. So we made the decision with these ALJ alone cases, if there is a settlement offer, that comes before the commission for you all to make a decision. So that's why they're here.
This is their offer, correct?
Yes, this is the respondent's offer.
So please identify yourself with the record.
My name is Ben Boston. I'm a lawyer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I've been a city judge of the city of Lawrenceburg for the last 31 years. I'm here with Lieutenant Josh McNeil. This is Josh McNeil standing to my left.
Thank you. So please tell us what the settlement offer is.
If you would like me to go through any of the history, we had submitted about a 6 or 7, 8 page settlement offer to you. As my understanding, it would be downloaded to y'all for consideration. I don't know if it is. I can go through that. I can, with a little bit of a brief history for the full commission, if that's agreeable with the commission. This incident, Mr. McNeil was employed by the Tennessee Highway Patrol. In 2018, there was an incident where he had exercised indiscretion and had an extramarital affair. It was came to the Tennessee Highway Patrol's attention in 2020. They investigated it,
and terminated him in March of 2021. Mr. McNeil worked up until the day before his termination, the termination being strictly because of his indiscretion. It's my understanding that when anyone is terminated from the Tennessee Highway Patrol, they ask that their post certification be terminated. My understanding, there was a subcommittee meeting of post. One of the members voted to dismiss the matter. One of the members thought it should come before a hearing before the full post commission. The other committee member did not voice any open comments. That was the end of that at that time. So we go from 2021 or 22 until 2025 when Mr. McNeil gets a notice from the ALJ that a petition had been filed, I guess because it was in this limbo land because there never was a hearing before the full post commission. Mr. McNeil was hired by the city of Lawrenceburg in May of 2021. He made full disclosure at that time of what had happened with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. He was hired by the city of Mount Pleasant, where he lives, south of Columbia and Murray County, Tennessee, in 2022. I want to digress just a minute. From April of 2017 until December of 18. Now, he was terminated in March 2021. But during that time, 21 months, there were 22 accommodations each month from the captain of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. And each one of those was for Mr. McNeil for the tickets he had written or his performance of his duties. Received excellent remarks and praise from the THP. In August of 2024, this commission approved Officer McNeil as a certified instructor, and that's in your records. We have with us today, or we attached to our submission, 12 different character references or letters of approval of Officer McNeil. I have today with me a letter from the mayor of the city of Lawrenceburg. And Ms. Ball, I don't know, I emailed it to you yesterday afternoon because that's when I got it. I don't know if you've had a chance to put it in the packet.
No, it's not in the packet.
So if I need to submit it or could submit it as exhibit number 4 to our settlement offer, I have it from the mayor of Lawrenceburg.
I'm going to remind the commission that we're here to just consider the settlement offer. This isn't a hearing, and so I just want to make sure that we're all clear on the reason we're here today. And the settlement offer is on page 7 of the PDF. It starts on page 7 and it continues on page 8. The respondent has provided 5 options. So the commission can either, you all, it's up to you all whether or not you want to accept one of these 5. And so just wanted to remind you that this is about considering settlement offer. It's not.
This, and for more background as well, I've asked Assistant Director Bello to work to get the informal packet put on the iPad so that you can refresh yourselves with the facts of the case before you consider the settlement offer.
And we have with us today, if it matters, Lieutenant McNeil's wife, Megan. They've been married for 22 years. They have 2 children, 2 daughters, ages 20 and 14. We have the city of Lawrenceburg city manager, Mr. Dick McKinley. We have Lieutenant Ben McDowell. We have Lieutenant Huey England, and Huey is the DDI in Lawrenceburg. We have Assistant Chief Darren Goolsby, Chief Terry Beecham from the city of Lawrenceburg, and Sergeant Jesse Lovett from the city of Mount Pleasant, all here if there are any questions about Mr. McNeil's performance since he began in 2021 or 2022 with the city of Lawrenceburg or the city of Mount Pleasant, all being here in his favor in support of him to remain an officer. This would merely be a punishment to both of their cities, while Mr. McNeil, we submit, has been punished directly by being terminated by the THP.
Commissioner Green, I'll let you take a breath for a second. I have a question for Mr. McNeil. Have you had any disciplinary action? Like you work for these other two agencies?
So, sir, prior to this one incident, through my whole career, I've had zero of my disciplinary actions at any department. It's been zero. And after this, to my current department, it's zero.
Did you move continuously from the highway patrol to one of the city agencies?
Sir,
Was there a break in service between the THP and?
maybe 3 months. It was City of Lawrenceburg hired me pretty quick, Mr.
I don't know if anybody else has questions, but I'm gonna make a motion that we take the first proposed and dismiss this over the period of time that no action's been taken and he's been in good standing.
I have a question. I'm sorry, I wasn't here when this initially started. What was the charge from the highway patrol? They charged their general order or whatever. What were you being charged with?
I don't know the exact general order, what it said exactly.
Is there any truthfulness issues in it?
Yes, sir, I admitted to it, yes, sir.
So no deception?
No, sir, I admit, look.
Do you have something, Council?
Yes, so the CHP in the informal hearing packet, he admitted to having sex on duty twice and making sexually inappropriate comments on multiple occasions to 4 females at a gym. All of whom were aware of that he was a state trooper, and the manager at the gym reported that to the CHP.
We have a motion, but we don't have a second. You want to repeat the motion, please?
The motion is to take the first proposed option of dismissing the decertification.
Does that include all of them?
That's just number one.
Okay, what about,
The others are just options.
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Doug. I'll leave accusing myself.
I'll second Commissioner Green's motion.
all right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed?
No.
There it is. Are you ready for public comments?
Public comments. We have one. There are none.
Commissioner Wright, one thing, the in-service waiver, I know it got brought through the reading of the informal stuff, but do we need to take that separate, take it separate in the in-service waiver, or was that automatic?
The vote was to accept the recommendations of the.
All over the place. It's just one of the-
Bring a motion to adjourn.
Not any Chadisms for today yet.
Here we go. Bring it on. I think you have to find another game.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion.